Alrighty. So today we're back inside the Denny's Aquarium saltwater fish room and we will be taking a look at my 40-gallon shallow reef tank because we bought some new fish. I've been asking for your suggestions for a long time now and today I finally pulled the trigger and bought some fish for this awesome low-tech setup. We will also check out the frag tank right over there. And I have something very special for this soft coral aquarium, so stay tuned as we unpack these fish and get them acclimated to this aquarium. Now some of you may have known this already, but this is actually my bedroom. I sleep right over there every night, so it is true, I don't sleep anywhere else. And I'm feeling a bit lonely. I have these two clownfish over here, another pair of clownfish there, and two small damselfish over here. But that's it. I wanted more fish. And also these corals all consume a ton of nutrients, so I've always been lacking nitrates and phosphates, which the corals need in order to grow. So I was thinking about adding a few more fish to, in theory, just make the tank more dirty, because that's what my corals needed. I've been experiencing some good growth with a lot of these corals, especially the soft corals, but it can always be better, right? So I thought it was a good idea to just take you along with me as we get these fish acclimated to the tank. Just very simple, I'm using my iPhone to film this and I just want to showcase everything to you. It's a bit of a different video style for me that you might be used to, but I hope you enjoy it. So we have these bags and I'm still not revealing anything and I still don't know how many I bought because they are inside these colored bags, which are basically, there's some type of plastic in there that will probably keep them warmer for a longer period of time. And then inside we have the fish, two Stigmatura blennies. They are great algae eaters because I have an algae problem in my 40-gallon tank, which we'll check out in a minute. Next up we have, let's see, a Royal Grandma. This is such a nice fish. The front of it is purple, as you can see, and the back of the fish is yellow or orange, and it's just perfectly cut in two. It's a really weird fish, but I like it. The third bag. Oh, we're putting this one back because we're saving the best for last. This goes into the soft coral aquarium. But that requires a different acclimation container. So let's see what else we got. We're now up to three fish. So in here I have 3 more fish. So we bought a total of 6 fish. These are Chromis damselfish. I want to add to the 2 other ones I have. I started off with 3, but unfortunately one of them died. So they like to be in groups, so I bought 3 more. So now I have 5 of them. And I hope my clownfish stop abusing them so much. Like these clownfish over here, they are super aggressive. They always chase after the damselfish here. You saw it, and they probably get stressed out. Here, the other one is hiding right over there. It's pretty stressed. And if it doesn't work out, I'll probably just remove these clownfish and put them inside my frag tank over there. I think that will be the last option for it, because just keeping 2 clownfish in this tank is a bit boring, no? I want to keep more of them, and if only these fish are a problem, I'll just have to find something else for them. Alright, I can't just put these fish right into the aquarium. So what I'll do is, I'll grab a container and release all the fish into there, because they came from the same fish store, the same fish rack, and I want to acclimate them to the water parameters of my own aquarium, and of course the temperature. They haven't been in the bag for too long. The fish store is about 3 minutes from my home. It's called Frank's Dierenshop in Spijkenisse in the Netherlands. And yeah, I think the temperature is still pretty similar, but just to be sure, I want to be very careful when acclimating them. And maybe you're wondering, Danny, where do you keep all your mess? Where are all the fish containers and tubes and maintenance equipment? Well, let me show you. In here, I have a Reef bot lab. In there I have a big mess of cables for all the equipment I have on here. The power heads to lighting. The lighting for this awesome sign, it was made by Aquatic Dreams from Austin, Texas. It has a copper finish, no, a smoky copper finish to it. And it really looks amazing with the spotlight I added to it. And of course I can change the LED colors behind it to any color or any shade of color I like. But more on that later. Down here I have 4 cans. This one just has RO water in it to add to the tank when the water evaporates. It's just on the dosing pump. I don't know, it doesn't dose enough, but it's just like I have a dosing tube holder for 4. And the 5th tube you can see is for the Reef lab. But just, yeah, it feels useless to just use 3 of them. So for the time being, I added a container of RO water. And I think it doses about 500 milliliters a day or something. And the evaporation is about 1 liter every day. But I'm not too sure. So I still have to do it manually every week. Then I have 3 other containers. It has magnesium, alkalinity, and calcium. It automatically doses it to the aquarium to supply the SPS and LPS corals, basically every coral that has a calcified base, with enough supplements in order to grow their skeletons and maintain them in good condition. And it's been working out pretty well. Then we have these drawers and they are a mess. Here's where I keep all my equipment. You have airline tubing, which we'll be using to drip acclimate these fish. We have a gravel vacuum, a normal hose, this thing to clean the glass, a flipper to scrape off the algae. We even have a small toolbox over here and a frag rack, some duct tape. You always need duct tape, so perfect time for this. I mean, perfect drawer for this. And we have some foam to pack up some corals if we want to sell them to other hobbyists. Just a random lid for a container. I could use the container right now for the drip acclimation process, but I have no idea where it is. And then more mess. Frag holders, equipment from before I upgraded everything. Some bottles, which I don't use, like liquid veggie. It's probably past its due date, yeah. January 2023. We're currently almost in December of 2023, so might as well just take it out already. Put it aside, because I'm not feeding that to the fish anymore. Some alcohol, no idea why it's in there. Some frag plugs. I could even build a small new cabinet with it. This is some nitrates. I used to dose a bit of nitrates to get the nutrient levels up, but I stopped doing that a long time ago. Because now I'm just feeding more, and today we're adding new fish. Same with this. It's all past its due date. I'm such a terrible reef keeper. Let's close it. So in the other dressers, for the soft coral tank and the frag tank, they're both the same. I took out the bottoms of the drawers and just, not sure if you can see it, more mess, same dosing equipment. This thing to dust off the lamps, because a lot of dust collects on top of there and I don't like that look. Just more mess, but we still haven't found a container, a suitable container to acclimate these fish, so we need to travel to the behind the scenes of the Denny's Aquariums fish room. In here I have everything I may need for my fish tanks. I have new dosing pumps that I will be installing very soon. The Ecotech Versas. I heard great things about them, and Bulk Reef Supply sent them to me recently. We have some algae management, which I have never opened, but great to have on hand, right? Let's check. Oh, 1023. Also past its date. You should throw it away. Aquaforest Power Elixir, just amino acids and vitamins. I haven't been dosing this in ages. I could still use it if I wanted to, but I don't see the point in it right now. More food, and even more food that I don't use, because I use a mixture of just pellets and dry foods, and I feed that to my fish. Then we have some Fritz Aquatics, the channel sponsor. Thank you so much, Fritz, for sending me all these goodies. We'll be using it on my aquariums. This, again, it's a precautionary product. In case I ever have problems with my aquarium, I can just grab it from here and save the problem immediately. And here we have more mess. The old ecosystems I built, the jars, they are still here. You haven't seen it in ages, but let's check it out actually. So this is the saltwater version I made at a local beach. There's still some mulm in there, dead leaves, but I'm not sure if there's any other life in there right now. The funny thing is with these things, usually during the winter they will just die off if they are inside, but then when you put them either outside or close to a window during the summer months, it will come back to life. It's crazy. You can see that one. It has been underneath here, barely any light for probably 6 months now, and there's still some freshwater duckweed in there. So my freshwater people know what that is. That is basically the equivalent of saltwater, I'd say Senia and Palitoas, which is also a problem in my tank, but 10 times worse. And as you can see, it's still alive. And the funny thing is, if you look back at the older videos where I set this one up, it didn't have any, well, maybe it had some of it, but it died back and then it came back, and now there's so many in there. But that also probably means that there is some other microscopic life in there, so maybe we'll do an update on that soon. But again, still no containers. So I'll probably just have to use this empty aquarium, which I once took with me to a TV set where we showcased a pair of clownfish, and Matches Bittenbinder, he's a biology teacher, I think. He talked about how clownfish can actually change sex during their life. Okay, so let's just put this spotlight down there so we have some more light, so we can actually see what we're doing when we release these fish into that aquarium over there. And man, I really have to sort that out once we're done with this all. So I had to change the lighting schedule really quick because filming with blue light from reef tanks really sucks. It just looks so bad on camera. Just put this right here. Man, that's a big tank. And then we grab our fish. We go inside the cabinet, grab ourselves a rusty pair of scissors, and we just slowly release them into this aquarium. Don't worry, they are underwater, but they are on their sides because, of course, there isn't enough water for them to swim freely right now. But they are okay, trust me. The two blennies. I've had these blennies before and they are great algae eaters. They always had round bellies, but for some reason, I'm not sure when this happened exactly, but they just disappeared. I never found them. I didn't find them on the floor behind the cabinet, which I actually clean every now and then. Because trust me, it gets dirty. There's salt stains and dust and other aquarium matter behind it, and it's disgusting. So make sure you clean behind your tanks every now and then. And the last fish, the Royal Grandma. I think this is a pretty cool selection of fish. They're also pretty easy fish to keep, pretty hardy, and yeah, they're just fun. They don't get too big. Alrighty, so here we have the fish. Well, actually, I should probably turn on the flash so you can actually see them, because they're hiding here behind the side that's covered with black foil. Check this out. Now, these fish are often considered to be very boring and annoying because they are pretty active inside the aquarium. But just look at the colors, they are amazing. Let's check out these here. They are hiding in the corner. One Royal Grandma, that one on the right side, and one and two blennies. They are such fun fish, they are amazing. You'll see when they are in the tank. For now, we need to install the drip acclimator which is basically just an airline tubing that I have right over here on the bed. So the reason the corals all look yellow or brownish right now is because I turned off all the blue LED lights inside these units over here, because it sucks when filming. So right now I only have warm white and cool white on at 100%, so that's why it looks disgusting like this. So first step, we put this in here, we grab ourselves a flipper or any other magnet cleaner, doesn't really matter. You put it on here, you grab the other side and put it on there. Now if you have a scraper on it like I do, it's probably the best because it just fits in there perfectly. And you make sure it stays over there. And then you have to be very quick because you don't want to taste any salt water. It's disgusting. That's enough. It's flowing way too fast. So we just tie a simple knot like that. And the tighter the knot is, the slower it will get. So now it's still kind of just flowing. That's it, now it's dripping. You see? I'm going to tie it a little bit. This is exactly what I want. It's not too fast, not too slow. And I just keep it in there and we'll check out some aquariums. So I will drip acclimate these for about 15 to 20 minutes. That's the time frame I like to go for. You could go up to an hour, but I don't want to put them in here for too long. I want them just kind of used to my water and then go into their forever home, the 40 gallon. Let's check it out, and let's check out that tank over there and the frag tank over there. So, soft coral tank. 2 very old Nemos or clownfish. Let's actually sit down on my bed. And I'm just going to film with this white light on. A lot of tanks on Instagram and even on my channel are always using filters for the best coloration, but just using white light, it's okay. My eyes hate bright blue lighting, and it's also bad for your vision, so white light is the way to go. Here we have some macroalgae, it's a gorgonia actually, a lot of aptasia or glass anemones. Last week I had March over from Canada, from Fragbox TV, and we were filming my fish room, talking about all the tanks, and then I wanted to explain to him and to his viewers that I'm growing some of these in here, and it's on purpose, so don't come at me for being a terrible reef keeper because I have a ton of them in here. Like, it doesn't mean you're a terrible reef keeper because they are basically in every aquarium, but you can manage to keep the population down by introducing natural predators or using chemical solutions for it. But I'm just letting it take over so I can test all the methods and see what works best for your aquarium. But like I said, we were talking, we were just chatting, went to this aquarium, and I was like, so in this aquarium I'm growing out some of these aptasia, and well, actually all the aptasia were gone. I couldn't find any of them left, not even some tissue, but now, about a week later, they are all back. I have no idea why they were all gone, but I'm kind of happy they are back because that would have been pretty disappointing. I've been teasing it for some time now that, like I said, I'm growing these on purpose, so I know they are in there. Please don't comment it. I'm taking care of it later. Stay tuned. And they were all gone. And I was like, people are not going to believe me when I say that they just all disappeared, but that was really what happened. But now they're back. And then the 40 gallon, also doing great. I recently tested out something over here to get rid of all this senia, and I later want to try it for the palitoas, and more senia, and more senia, and even more senia. Like, I added a small piece of it when I started my tank, and it's been the worst decision of my life. But here we have an algae problem. nowhere else in the tank you will see algae. Well, of course you will see some coralline algae and maybe some other small types of algae on the rocks, like this greenish stuff. It's algae, but nothing like this. It's green hair algae and it's only growing on my mangrove trees. I almost fell there. And I have no idea why it's on there. So I hope the Stigmatura blennies that we have over there they are. I hope they will take care of it and just eat it. Another thing I noticed on these mangroves is bubble algae. Let's see if we can find some right now. Yeah, right over there. So that those pearls you see, they are called bubble algae and they can spread across the entire tank as well. I've had some problems with it before in this tank. I added some emerald crabs and they took care of the problem, and there's still one arrow crab in here. But it's not eating that because it's in the flow of the no, not the MP40, the MP10. And it's very hard to reach. It could probably climb from this coral onto the roots and just work its way over there, but I'm not sure why it isn't doing it. Probably because of the flow, it just get knocked off all the time. So, last resort is the Stigmatura blennies. I got some new frags from a store in France called Reef at Home. I visited them in October of this year. Filmed a cool fish store tour. They have a big coral farm, a fish nursery. They are breeding shrimp. It was an amazing place and I can't wait to show you the food tour. I recorded so much stuff. It's going to take a while to edit, look through all the footage and make something awesome for you guys. And they even gave me more corals. They were also at Vivarium in, when was this? Right after I got back from Florida. And they gave me more pieces over here, and this is pretty fun because I'm kind of revealing it to you guys right now, but the white LEDs don't work with the colors. Like, these corals are just amazing under some blue LEDs. So you'll have to wait for that. Really, you don't want to miss it, so be sure you are subscribed to this channel and make sure you don't miss it because, man, that's been a holy grail coral for me as well. I also got a lot of zoanthids from a store in Belgium called Just Corals. He gave them to me for free, and I want to build out a new zoanthid garden. And I'm kind of still thinking about if I want to add a new zoanthid garden in here, in there, because it's the soft coral aquarium and zoanthids are soft coral, or if I want to build it in here. I've been contemplating and working out some ideas for this tank. I'm still not really sure what to do with it. I have some pretty cool ideas. I even considered, when March was here from Fragbox, to put it right underneath the skylight and just let the sunlight shine on it and don't use the LED light at all. So that might be an option as well, but I'm not sure if that will look good over there next to these. Might look a little bit cramped because with the wide angle lens, my room looks pretty big, but you can see the tripod. It's a small tripod. My room is so tiny. So I don't want to make it look cramped. I want it to look good. So I might just keep it over there and work out a different idea. So why's my camera was acting weird. It's back now. So maybe we'll just go for something else. I want to hear your suggestions on this. So for those of you that are wondering what I feed my fish, it is a mixture of different fish foods actually. Let's open it up. I believe I put in here some foods from, we have to do it with one hand, so. I put in some fish fruits from a brand called Vitalis. It's distributed within the European Union, but also in the United States, so you can get some as well. It's based on a lot of natural products. It smells disgusting to humans, but the fish absolutely love it. And most of the time I feed these fish once a day, but sometimes, like today, they've been fed like 3 times already and they still are eating it. Okay, let's check out these fish. Well, actually, let's put this back because we need to save some for this next trick that I'm going to show you. So these fish have been drip acclimating for about 20 minutes now while I've been talking. Did you guys hear that? these clownfish are going nuts. I'm pretty sure if I turn on my light, well, actually, yeah. They spilled water everywhere. They are so annoying. See, they keep going nuts for this food. It's amazing. And I'm not even paid to say that. Like really, they do not sponsor my channel. I'm not paid for it. I didn't get this for free. I bought it with my own money, and this is really my honest opinion. But okay, these fish have been in here for about 20 minutes now, and it's time to put them inside the aquarium. So, we take out this stuff. Here, they even spilled on the wall back there. So that's why I clean it every now and then, because these fish are pigs. They are dirty. Okay, back to business. We take this out, and we take out the scraper with one hand if it's possible. I'm keeping the tube inside my mouth right now, and the salt doesn't taste great. It's great salt, but it doesn't taste great. Okay, put this. My finger's stuck. Well, this is great. So now we need a fish net to catch these fish out of their acclimation tank and put them inside their new home. I put them on my bed for now because it's just easier. And now we carefully, slowly. I want to get them all at once, but of course that's not going to work. What are you thinking? It actually worked. Whoa. Look at them. And now we quickly go. We will slowly release them into the water. And now something I'm noticing is, actually this time they are pretty calm. Like normally whenever I introduce or add anything to the aquarium, the clownfish will go nuts and will try to kill it. But this time they're actually pretty calm. And I think that's because I added a few of these fish at once. So now there's a bigger group. There's 5 of them. That one is lonely. I hope it joins them. And well, there is some. He's like checking it out, like, what are you doing in my home? Get out of here. But they have to become nice neighbors. So I'm telling you, stop it right now, or you'll end up in the frag tank, which is half this size of this tank. Not even as cool, not even close. Soon it will be though, because we're turning it into an SPS only tank, so stay tuned. But normally when I add something new, I will just throw some food in here, and that will distract all the fish. So normally the shy fish will just go into hiding somewhere, and they will just enjoy their night in their new home without these stupid clownfish harassing them. So what is next? The Royal Grama or the Stigmatura blennies? Well, we have them all at once actually. So here we go. Enjoy your new home. The Royal Grama doesn't want to leave. Just go there, buddy. Alrighty. So exactly as I expected to happen, the Royal Grama is pretty shy and it just straight went down into the aquarium and is now hiding underneath this rock. The Stigmatura blennies are also hiding somewhere. I don't see them. And the clownfish are still very calm. That's awesome. There's finally some life inside this aquarium now. But we're not done yet. Because like I said, I am saving the best for last. It's in here. Let's check it out. Now, as you may know, Peter the arrow crab, the large spider-looking creature I had in there, is no longer inside that aquarium because I gave it to a local hobbyist who had a problem with bristleworms, which is Peter's main diet. He took care of my problem, so now he lives inside his aquarium to take care of his, and maybe he'll come back later on. But until then, we have a new inhabitant for the aquarium. You still can't really see it, but it looks creepy. So I'm using my hand for this. I don't even know if this is a venomous animal. If it is, this will be my last video. Well, maybe you won't even see this video. But we have it here. Super calm. There you go. It is a crab. And it's a super cool one to be here. It's upside down again. Look at this crab. I have never seen anything like it before. It's called in the Netherlands we call it a decorator crab because it decorates its shell with anything it can find. This one has some mushroom corals on top of it, but it can also collect fallen off frags, or I think there's a small anemone on his leg over there. But they basically just scavenge around the aquarium and put anything they can find on top of their shell. So I don't really want to put it in here because it will probably rip out these beautiful Christmas tree rocks. Not the rocks, the rockus. If you can carry that, then man, I'm scared for it. But it will probably just rip out these beautiful worms. I don't want that to happen, or it will just destroy the entire reef. Here we go, little buddy. Look at these mushrooms. They're all closed up now. I'm going to take some macro shots of it in a separate container in a few days, I think. Maybe upload some reels or YouTube shorts. But for now, let me just... It's super stressed, so you have to be very careful with crabs and any crustaceans really, because if they are stressed, they can die easily. They will usually mold, but if they get stressed out during the molting process, they can actually die. So let me know if you ever had one of these in your aquarium and what your experience with it was. And for now, I'm giving it a few hours, then we'll check back with all these animals and see if they're still doing well. Ask them how they are feeling. I hope they will respond to my questions. They're already looking great, but I really hope that one joins them. Oh, I thought it was coming. But see you in a few hours. Okay, so it's been about 2 hours now since I added these fish to the aquarium. I turned down the flow pump over there and had to adjust the lighting schedule again because that one already turned off. That one turned off just a few minutes ago. And this one was also slowly dimming because it's late here. It is currently almost 10 p.m. so the fish, it's time for bed. But as you can see, the 4 damselfish are swimming over here, and there we go, the other one joined the group. Doesn't this just look amazing? I've always wanted well, I'm pretty sure you can consider this a schooling fish as they swim together through the reef. Right now they're still a bit stressed, of course. But yeah, I have no idea where the other fish went. They're probably hiding underneath the rocks somewhere. Maybe you see it on screen somewhere and I don't. That's also possible. Maybe when I look back at this footage I'll spot some. But yeah. Pretty happy with the way this reef is turning out. There are a few things I want to change. I need to get rid of the remaining Xenia over there, the Palitoas, and I want to add more color to the reef.